to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. I welcome you to this YouTube channel, the channel on kids welfare. It is called the Pediatric World. It is the world of children whereby we try recognizing the common illnesses affecting children while growing up. We want everybody to be part of the management of these babies while growing up, especially the caregivers, the mothers, and we use layman language here so that every person is able to understand. So welcome to this episode, and today we are discussing the bacterial meningitis. I know it's a scary disease when you hear of meningitis. So we want to know what meningitis is and how it comes about. So bacterial meningitis, when it comes to definition, this is the inflammation of the meninges. The meninges that is in the central nervous system, we call it the CNS. So it is in the brain. So the meninges have been inflamed, and this really causes us a lot of problem. So this is it, the inflammation of the meninges. So this acute bacterial meningitis is a serious condition. It's a very serious condition, and it's associated with high mortality and debilitating long-term complications. So where we are worried is because of its complications, how it complicates into very serious complications, and we are going to see later. So that is why we want to discuss so that people can really understand. So the side effects are irreversible. Most of them, they are irreversible because they cause permanent brain damage. So when we talk of irreversibility here, there's nothing we can do about it when the brain is already damaged. So these are the sequelae or the consequences of now this meningitis. That is why it is important to really recognize it early, treat it early before it causes these serious problems that we are talking about. So by the end of this unit, we are going to cover, the objective is, number one, we want to know the common causes of acute bacterial meningitis in children. What really causes this bacterial meningitis? This is our one objective in the end of this topic. We also want to identify the common signs of acute bacterial meningitis, how these children with this meningitis present. We want to know so that you can be able to know early. So another objective, we want to identify the need of a lab test called the lumbar puncture and how to interpret the results. The lumbar puncture, in the end, we are going to see it is the confirmatory, it is almost the confirmatory test we do to confirm the meningitis in children. So we want to know which children really needs this LP. We call it the LP, the lumbar puncture. And we also want to know how to interpret its results. We are saying it is like the confirmatory test for meningitis. So we want to know how we interpret the results. Also, in the end, we want to outline the antibiotic treatment. We want to know how we treat this meningitis, this that is causing us all these problems. We want to know how to treat. So this is the summary of what we are expected to cover in the end of this topic. So let's start by knowing the etiological or the causes of the acute bacterial meningitis. The etiology is the cause, what causes meningitis in children. More commonly, the causes of meningitis in children, this is more of the microorganisms that cause the meningitis. We have two common ones, the H influenza type B. Remember, we have H influenza many types, but the specific one here is the H influenza type B. This is what causes meningitis. Also, we have a common microorganism called the Streptococcus pneumoniae. And this we said when you are covering pneumonia, also is a common cause of pneumonias in children. We see now it's repeating itself. Also, it causes meningitis in children. So these two, the H influenza type B and also the streptococcal pneumonia, it causes it in more than 80% in children more than 1 month of age. So these are the commonest causes in children that are above 1 month of age, the two microorganisms you have just mentioned. Now, how about children that are less than 1 month? What are the common causative microorganisms? So other pathogens, they commonly are gram-negative microorganisms. Remember, we said every time that we want to treat infections in children, we have two types of microorganisms. We have those that are gram-positive and we have others that are gram-negative. So we are saying in those that are more than 1 month, most commonly it is the gram-negative microorganisms that cause this meningitis. So examples, we have group B streptococcus. We have another microorganism commonly known as E. coli. We also have another one called the Klebsiella. So these are gram-negative microorganisms, and they are the first ones in the line when it comes to meningitis in less than 1 month. I hope this is clear. So this is it. Those are the commonest causative microorganisms. Now, acute bacterial meningitis has a mortality rate of 25%. We say the mortality rate, these are the death rates. So imagine 25% of the death rates being caused by this meningitis. That is why we want to recognize it early. We want to treat it well so that we do not, we prevent these deaths, the mortalities. So we are saying it has a mortality rate of 25%, and 25 to 30% of the survivors have the sequelae. The sequelae now are the consequences. So you can imagine 25% dying, and those surviving, 25 to 30% of them have got the sequelae, the consequences, which we are going to see later. So hence it is very, very important, very important to be able to correctly recognize and manage meningitis. This is how serious meningitis is. We are worried about the consequences. Remember when we were starting, we said these ones cause permanent brain damage. This is how serious it is. I hope we are together. I hope now you know what causes meningitis. We also in different classes, different ages. So thank you so much. We are going to leave it at that for today, so that we are going to go bit by bit so that people can understand. So thank you for staying tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please hit on that subscribe button. Subscribe. If you are watching and you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe so that you may become part of this wonderful family. And also switch on your notifications so that you are able to know every time I post a new video here. Comment in the comment section anything you want to know about meningitis, anything, comment down there. And thank you so much. Till next time, bye bye.